Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today on a soul connection that you feel with another person. But this one is going to be no contact, meaning that you and this person have fallen apart. You have gone your separate ways. And we're going to see, does this person have regret with what went down with you? Do they feel bad? Are they in a state of regret? How do they feel now? So anyways, you guys just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. So we're going to do some of the reading here on Mystic Moon and the other half on my extended reading channel. So I will put the link down below just in case you guys are interested. But all the decks will be listed down below, as well as these beautiful Organites created by Michelle from Wing and Bell. So let's go ahead and jump into the reading. We're going to see what went down with this person. So basically you can even see with the cards that come up, is this your situation? Is this reading going to resonate with you? That's how you're going to know if you're in the right place. Okay. So let's do it. So the very first thing we're going to focus on here is what went down with this person. What's the story? What's the situation? Let's look at this. So these two decks I'm going to be using here, we've got What Went Wrong by Fire Witch Tarot and third party energy here. So let's see what went down with this person. What was the situation? Okay, interesting. We have talking marriage scares them. So to me, this is just somebody talking commitment. You could have been dealing with someone that said certain things such as, I'm never going to get married. I'm really bad at commitment. I don't believe in marriage. Or they've been married before and they've been burned or it didn't work out. And so they're kind of like using that as an excuse as, I'm never going to be able to be married again. So it's not saying like you were talking marriage, but maybe they sense that you were going to want a deeper commitment that maybe they were willing to give. So let's go ahead and get some tarot. So this is the Intuit Tarot cards. Let's see what this energy is when it comes to having a conversation about a deeper commitment. Something scared this person. Feels like maybe they ran away, they bailed. Interesting. Three of Wands. Well, the Three of Wands in its upright position means that we're thinking about the future. When the Three of Wands is reversed the way it's coming up here, this means that we don't see a vision. So I kind of feel you guys that what went down with this person is that maybe you guys were getting to know each other and you were dating and you were getting close, but then all of a sudden, when it came to taking things further and going deeper into the connection, this person bailed. So it does say here restrictions, something that stalled, regression, lack of progress, thinking small. It does also say though, returning home. Some of you guys, it could be, only take this if it resonates, if this person was with someone else, whether they were married or in another situation, they may have gone back to their partner. Okay. They may have gone back to their partner. They may have had a really good time with you, but they may have gone back to their partner. So that could be it for some of you guys. But I just feel for the majority, it is probably just this person not being able to see themselves in a deep committed relationship or married or whatever that looked like. And it's not that it was because of you. It was just because of something going on with this person, their own fear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another card. Can't let go. Interesting. They couldn't let go of something here. They couldn't let go of maybe their past, or they couldn't let go of another partner. Either way, there was a block here. Okay, so I just want you guys to take it if it resonates with you, but they couldn't let go of their mindset, which is, I'm terrible at commitment. I'm not ever going to get married. I'm going to be single for life. They couldn't let that go. Or they couldn't let a person that they were with, that they weren't happy with, they couldn't let them go. Maybe they even told you that they were going to leave that person, but at the end of the day, they went back to that person. That's what I'm seeing here for some. With the Seven of Wands, licking your wounds. So I feel like for the other portion of you that's not resonating with the whole third party energy, there is third party. It's just in the form of a wound. Your person was licking their wounds. It's like they were still in that process of licking their wounds. So Seven of Wands is a card where we put up our defenses. We just can't fight for it. We can't let the past go. We're not strong enough to do anything any differently. So your person had a lot of wounds and they were too busy licking them, so they were broken. So when you came together with them, even though they may have had intentions to be with you and to maybe take things to that level perhaps one day, they just couldn't let go of their fear, or they couldn't let go of something that was preventing them from moving forward with you. All right, let's see what else went wrong. What else happened here? We have too painful. It hurts too much to hang on. Interesting. So there could have been a lot of pain involved in this connection. Somebody may have been in a lot of pain where it's too painful for me to open myself up. It's too painful for me to give this a chance to basically trust this. It's too painful for me to, change. It's too hard to change, I'm getting here. Or it's too painful to hurt someone else. So I've got to hurt someone. I guess it's going to be you. It's kind of sad, but I am getting that. 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups says many possibilities. 7 of Cups is a lot of confusion. It's we've got a lot of options. We have a lot of different things going on at one time. We're also procrastinating when it comes to making a choice. And so I just feel like maybe somebody was living in a fantasy world temporarily with you, but then all of a sudden reality came crashing down and it was like, oh my gosh, like this is real. Like I'm dealing with someone who wants to have a deeper commitment here, or I'm dealing with a situation where I'm going to have to make a choice. And that was too painful. So I feel like someone bailed or went back to something because it was too painful for them to change. All right. What else? They're not purposely trying to hurt you. So I feel like this is also reminding the viewer here that this person didn't really set out to hurt you and to screw you over. It just unfortunately happened that way. It's like if someone was going to get hurt, yes, it was going to be you. But I don't think that this person purposely set out to screw you over or hurt you or break your heart. So it could even have been that they decided, for some of them, they actually made the decision to let you go because they didn't want to put you through any more pain or confusion, because it just wasn't fair kind of thing. All right, let's go ahead and get a tarot card with this one. Oh, interesting. We have the 5 of Wands. So I feel like with the 5 of Wands in the upright position, it's very much about a clash like too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too much competition. There's too many people in a situation. So instead of continuing to have drama and fight either with you or have issues and difficulties with people that were connected to them, it was just easier in a way to let you go so that way they can kind of put their life back in order. So either they were feeling this internal conflict just within themselves because they were afraid to go down this road with you, to open themselves up to this beautiful romance and commitment, or they had another situation going on and it was getting out of control and all hell broke loose and they had to do damage control. So they went back to their person or situation to try to restore that harmony. So 5s and 7s are definitely very challenging. This just means there's a lot of challenges with the 5, but there's a lot of changes that do need to be made. And sometimes people find these changes too difficult and painful to make, so they don't make them. They just go back, or they just kind of crap out and they just decide, I'm not going to grow, I'm not going to change, I'm just going to stay where I'm at, which is safe. So that is what we are getting here for your situation. So I hope that resonates so far. So if that doesn't resonate, or there's nothing that's really connected to your situation, whether it's third party or you're just dealing with someone that has a real hard time with commitment and opening themselves up to you, this might not be your reading today, okay? So anyways, let's go ahead now and shift gears and go into what is the underlying energy that basically is affecting this whole situation, or that affected it to begin with, okay? What's the underlying energy here? Let's look. Okay, so this is a combination of decks from Aqua Moonlight. All right, what do we got? What are the underlying energies here? Blinded by the light. Interesting. Okay, well, what I'm seeing here, you guys, is that when you and your individual came together, I do feel like there was this dream come true fantasy world energy. And we very much saw this here with the Seven of Cups. You know, it might have felt very dreamy. There was a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of things that could have happened here. But then obviously some reality came stepping in, and this person realized, oh my gosh, like I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to commit, or I can't actually make the decisions in my old situation that I thought I was going to be able to. So the light is kind of coming for someone and saying, let's do it. Let's move forward. Let's grow. Let's ascend. Let's progress onto the next level. But this is coming through as blinded by the light. This light was too intense. So this person, it's almost like, you know, the saying, your light irritates their demons. So if this person has a lot of shadow work that they need to do, or a lot of traumas that they need to heal, your light, your willingness to open your heart and love and build, this really could have put your person on the defense. This could have put this person in this state of being even repulsed and then turning away from you and quickly shifting gears and being in this disinterested state with you. And it might have left you very confused because it happened rather quickly, almost like overnight. You didn't see it coming. So it just creates a lot of sadness and trauma for you now, because you don't understand how could you go from building something or this person being super into you and then them changing their mind so quickly and closing themselves off. And that is because of your person's fear. So it doesn't matter what the situation is, whether it's third party or not, there is a wedge, and it's this person's lack of understanding who they are by doing their shadow work, facing their fears, and healing. This lack of that is what caused this. That is what is at the base here. This is what the underlying issue is when it comes to this person. All right, so we're going to go into Fire Witch Tarot deck again. This is the Spooky Boo Halloween deck. Wow, we have fading away. This might not have been abrupt for everyone. For some of you, yes, it could have felt like it just came out of nowhere, but I kind of feel like you guys probably sensed that something was shifting. You probably sensed that something was changing. You know what I mean? Like you started to feel this person fading away. Something started to just slowly dissipate. You know, so it was a little bit of a process, but it was definitely painful, the realization that what you had with this person was beginning to fade away and slip away. So this is also called the Witchy, I think it's called the Witchy Hollows deck by Fire Witch. Snap out of it, trance, wow. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that maybe you were hoping that this person would snap out of this trance. It's almost like something happened. They were under some sort of spell, like, because that's how abruptly the change was. They went from maybe being completely into you to being not into you, and you did not understand this. And maybe you were hoping that they would snap out of it eventually, but they didn't. And I just feel it's like their shadow was way stronger in this situation and caused them to shut down completely and run for the hills because of fear. That's what I'm seeing here. So let's go ahead and see what else Spirit wants us to know about this. What other underlying energy affected this situation? Okay, this is like the Tower's energy. Shock, the unexpected, and trouble. It could be that this person, something was going on, maybe behind the scenes that you were not even aware of, okay? Maybe they were trying to hide this from you, or maybe they were just going through some major inner turmoil, and it just created a lot of chaos, a lot of internal conflict. We did get that Five of Wands earlier. So that could have just been internal conflict, or it could have just been external conflict. Either way, though, it might have been unexpected, and it does say trouble. So it created a lot of trouble and drama or challenge for them. So it's not saying that this is an excuse for this person's behavior, but obviously this is at the root of it. There's obviously something that's happened here. And we have chased, interesting. And that might have really triggered you, not going to be for everybody, to really just want to know what happened. I don't understand. Maybe they ghosted, maybe you chased. Maybe they pulled back, slowly faded away, and it just caused you to get more and more desperate to understand what's going on. Your need to be with them a little bit more. It's something intensified within you. So that their underlying energy, it's like it caused some trouble for you as well and made you feel like you needed to really understand things. And so you could have been blowing up this person's phone, texting them a lot, demanding answers, and it could have just even made things worse, unfortunately. So, all right. So their fear really, really created a lot of problems here. And we have brain open-minded. So I feel like somebody wanted to try to have an open mind, but they couldn't. I'm also seeing here that someone might have been chasing this person down, as in pursuing them. Like there was someone in their environment that was causing trouble and chaos. Some of you may know about this, others of you may not know this. And so they were trying to remain open-minded, but unfortunately they could not snap out of this energy. It's almost like this influence, this dark, I don't want to say it's like an evil influence, but a dark influence of another may have really, really affected your person to a point where they could not break free from this. Again, not an excuse, but that is what I am seeing here. We have unfamiliar feelings, but you guys, not everyone is dealing with a third party. So Spirit keeps reminding me, it's almost like half and half. There's some of you watching this where that was an element, others of you that was not an element. But the third party wedge, not a person, was this person's feelings. Unfamiliar. These were foreign emotions. Also, we have the words fear of intimacy. And I feel like that is at the base of what was going on with your individual. They have a major fear of intimacy. And so they put up this fake wall or this persona that they can't commit, that they don't believe in marriage, etc., or they're never getting married again, or whatever the deal is. And that is because of their fear of deep intimacy. And you represented that. And that's just something that maybe they felt it was what they were looking for in the beginning, or maybe they just kind of went into it. They weren't sure. It was unfamiliar territories, but they went into it just to find out, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm lost. Interesting. I don't want to lose myself. I'm also getting, for the viewers, some of you guys got lost along the way, like you lost yourself because you fell so deeply for this individual, and before you knew it, they were pulling away, and you don't even understand how this happened. You might even have felt like you lost. If you're resonating with the third party energy, you lost to someone else. You might feel that. We have pay attention, eyeballs. So I do feel here that there was probably red flags from the very beginning, even or with what someone said, okay? Or you knew going into the situation that there were challenges, but we went into it anyways, and we ended up losing ourselves in this kind of battle or just this unfamiliar territory. So I don't want to say that this person, is the villain here and they're all bad. I just think that maybe some of you thought that things would be different, or that, this person really cared enough about you to where they wouldn't do what they did. And it doesn't mean that they didn't, because we do know with this card here, they're not purposely trying to hurt you. This person is just, they have a lot of fear. And this is why they're doing what they're doing. So it's just kind of explaining to us that this is the underlying issue. They have this fear, and you may have known this from the beginning, but it's like people went into it anyways, even though Maybe they knew that this was going to happen in some way. Maybe they knew that they were going to not be able to measure up and be what you needed them to be. But I just feel like they were experiencing some light and some feelings of love with you. And so they're only human, so they went into it and they tried to explore it. But I feel some of them got too scared and they needed to pull out. So that's what I'm seeing with that. But eyeballs could also be the attention of other people. People are going to find something out. People are looking at them. People are going to see something. And especially if someone's trying to hide something, being with you could have been unsafe for them, or maybe they didn't want you to get hurt, so they pulled away from you. So there could be many, many things operating here. All right, let's go ahead and get one more. Interesting. It's funny that I just said that. It's almost like you're better off without me. I'm doing this for you. And I think that some of us, when someone tries to say something like that, it's like, yeah, okay, sure. Like it's not you, it's me. Even though there's some truth to that, we can't help but feeling like, yeah, sure, right. Of course it's me kind of thing. But I feel like in this case, this person might really be coming through this reading, at least their higher self, and explaining that from their perspective, they probably thought that you would be better off without them because they're very broken or because they were in a situation that they couldn't get out of. So in a way, you would be better off without them. Time's up, yeah. So that's the Grim Reaper. And so someone ended something here. It could have been your person. Maybe it was you. Maybe they didn't fight to keep this. Maybe they didn't fight to do the right thing. And I feel like the reason that they didn't do that or did do that was because they knew that it was probably better that things ended because of all of the chaos and conflict that was, coming up. No one is perfect. So again, I really don't feel like this person was out to get you or out to like deliberately screw you over. So I feel like if you're going to take anything from the reading so far, hopefully it can be that. I don't feel like they maliciously tried to do anything, even though it can feel that way. I don't feel like it was really coming from that space. I don't feel like this person really wanted to hurt you at the end of the day. It's just that when it wasn't working anymore, or when they knew that they couldn't give any more, they felt like you would be better off without them. They could have cut this off. Okay. So let's take a look and see what happened after you guys parted ways. Okay. What transpired after you and this person parted ways? Let's look at this. These are more Fire Witch Tarot decks. I'll put them down below. What happened when you and this person parted ways? Okay, so we have this chill vibes mode that they may have gone into, okay? So they might have felt like, you know what? It's probably best that we do go our own separate ways. If there was third-party energy here, it may have been that disconnecting from you actually did create some sort of relief because they no longer had to be in a state of chaos or getting shit from their other person. But it could also be that this individual was feeling a lot of anxiety when they were with you because a lot of things were coming up for them and making them feel uncomfortable. That pulling away from you did actually create this chill vibe. Okay, so this is my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. Yep. This right here is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is Scorpio's energy. Checked out. So yeah, I feel like this person, after the two of you separated, especially at first, they did feel some sort of relief because they were able to check out. They didn't have to be invested. They didn't have to maybe put on a show for you. And it's not that they didn't care for you. It's just that they could not, wear their heart on their sleeve for you. That was uncomfortable for them. So yeah, I feel like there was a relief for them that they didn't have to push themselves or to be uncomfortable with their feelings anymore. We have kicked to the curb. Okay, so they felt some sort of way about kicking you to the curb, or maybe you kicking them to the curb, however it went down. So let's see this energy here. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, bad seed. So what I'm getting here is that this person did actually feel very bad for kicking you to the curb, or when you kicked them to the curb, it did make them feel bad. So they did feel badly here, which however way it's going. So there was some discomfort. So at first it seems like they kind of disconnected and checked out, but then as time progressed in the world, they did start to feel this feeling of feeling bad with the way that they ended things with you, or the way that things ended in your connection. So I definitely feel that vibe from your person. Let's see what else. What else went down here? What else were they experiencing after you guys parted ways? Okay, so we have incarcerated. I mean, some of them could have actually been physically incarcerated, okay? But it could be that maybe they felt a little trapped. Maybe they felt like they couldn't do the things that they wanted to do. So that's especially the case for them that went back to an unsatisfactory situation. They gave up their freedom once again. But it could just be like maybe after a period of chilling, they kind of felt caged. They felt not super happy here. Interesting. They thought a lot about the ending of your connection, the kiss of death. Like they really felt this impact of it being over between the two of you. And I feel like this definitely, like the kiss of death, it's bittersweet. You know, you've ended something, but yet you still care about someone. So that's problematic. That's hard. We also have fed up. It's almost like they were with their own thoughts for too long, or they were fed up with some situation around them. And it's like, so their demons didn't go away. Maybe they thought that if they kicked you to the curb or kind of parted ways with you, that they wouldn't feel this stress or this pressure, but that's not the case. That's not how it worked at all. They actually still had to deal with their inner turmoil and their inner thoughts. Or if they went back to a situation, it totally sucked. And they were not happy. And then now we have the Ace of Torment. So it's like they have no choice but to look in the mirror. That's what I'm getting here. It's like this person just had themselves to deal with. They didn't have anybody that they could maybe blame or project things onto, so they had to take a good look in the mirror. And it says smoke and mirrors, which means that your bullshit, like you can only bullshit yourself for so long, but eventually you're going to have to look in the mirror and take a good hard look and say, who am I? So I feel like your person could have even gone through like an ego death, actually. They could have gone through an ego death where they felt a real significant loss and maybe even very, very sad, and really looked at themselves. Maybe this even triggered shadow work for them. That could have been it. Or triggered like a dark night of the soul. So let's go ahead and see what else this person went through after you guys parted. Okay, in my zone. I really like this because I feel like your person immediately after you guys stopped talking or dealing with each other, they kind of went into this mode where they checked out. And then eventually when reality started creeping back in, these thoughts, these issues, their hangups, it became problematic again. These things were still there. And then I feel like maybe they went through some sort of a shadowy period or that dark night of the soul. And so what it's done essentially is it's put them in this zone of really looking at themselves and reflecting. So I feel like maybe this separation could have done your person good, where it's really helping them to see just the error of their ways or just how messed up they really are. Yeah, anything that they submerged in the 3D world, that's Three of Pentacles. Anything that they have going on with other people, it's like nothing is working because they've been pushing and pushing and pushing things down for so long. It's now out of control. So I just feel like what's gone on here for them after you guys parted ways is that anything that they were trying to avoid or push away or not deal with came back up. It absolutely did. It came back up. Could even have been you if they tried to run away from you, move away, ghost you, all this other stuff. I feel like your energy came back up. Yeah, we have an egotistic person. So this right here is somebody who is very much operating out of their shadow, their ego, solely. And they really thought that maybe they were going to outsmart this pain. They were going to outsmart feeling anything here. And that's not how it went down. Your person had to feel something here. And I feel like it did trigger some sort of maybe healing and rebirth for them. I love that. This is the Temperance energy. This is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is very open-minded. This is also a very expansive healing energy. It's also about your belief systems, right? What you believe. It's very spiritual. It's also about reconciliation as well. It's 2 cups tempering back and forth. It says fallen angel. I feel like this person may have looked at you as an angel, but it's like they threw this angel away. So she or he fell from their life, right? And I just feel like maybe this person at some point thought that if they, let you go, that they would be okay. And I actually feel like for a lot of them, they are still hanging on to this, at least feeling towards you that you're an angel that did not deserve this pain. So it's like they almost feel a little cursed is what I'm seeing here. And they might also want to reconcile with you, but may not admit that to themselves. They might actually still be trying to submerge that. They want to reconcile with you. They want to come back, but they're still trying to bury that energy. So I feel like there's some sort of a situation that your person has going on here. And it definitely has something to do with you. That's what I'm seeing here. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you so far. So either you're satisfied with the messages there, but if you guys want to go deeper, this is what we're going to go into. Over on the extended bonus reading, we're going to see, what does this person assume that you think and feel about them now? Okay. Also, what are their deepest regrets about you currently? Then we're going to see what are their heartfelt confessions about you through songs and messages and tarot, and just basically see what they want you to know now that everything is said and done. So anyways, you guys, hopefully you'll join me over there. But if not, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.